Hey, so I've always been a fan of the oniric, dreams, and I love these scenarios that just feel like dreams, especially mysterious or surreal places. I'm a bitch for that, and that is why I decided to talk a little bit about my own experience with dreams. That's good for an intro, right? Or should I add like a title drop or something? Fun fact about myself: the first nightmare I remember having is by far the most messed up dream I've ever had. Like, half of your nightmares as a child happen because you got scared by a weird character you saw in a piece of media. I can attest to that. I remember dreaming that I went from my bedroom to the hallway at midnight to go turn some water, and on the way I got stopped by none other than Mater from Cars. He didn't speak, and I could only see a pair of big green eyes, but I knew it was him. So after encountering him, he simply started driving towards me. Menacingly, I think. His eyes didn't look mad, so I wouldn't know. But I was scared, so I just ran away from him. He chased after me. Don't ask me how he fit through the halls. And after a couple of seconds, I had my back against the wall and I woke up and couldn't sleep anymore. The end. The following day, I didn't understand why I was so afraid after that nightmare. I mean, I love Mira. Why would he assault me in my own home? Now this guy though? I could believe that from him. But anyway, back to the nightmare I wanted to tell, which is nothing like the previous kind. Picture this. I'm at home in my bedroom, late at night. For some reason though, it's not completely dark. There's a strange light source giving the living room and hallways a brown tone. So I got to said living room and see my mom sitting in one of the sofas, in a way that makes her face conveniently obscure from my view. I approach her wanting to ask what's going on, until a couple of steps away from her, she stretches her head back to an unnatural degree, showing that she has no eyes. With her open mouth, showing nothing more than the void, I immediately back away at the side, trying to hide behind something, and that's when my brother, looking like my mom, appears on my side, just staring at me very intensely. I start running away from them, but unfortunately, I trip and fall on my back, my left side being my family standing beside me while looking down on me, in the eye. I was 6. I've also had your more typical kind of nightmares, one in which I'm crossing the street, a car's going to crash into me, and very inconveniently my ability to move just stops working. The one where you ran away from someone that's chasing you, the one where from your room you can see the silhouette of Satan laughing maniacally, and in the following years you wonder if it actually was a dream. Really normal stuff. But as I've grown up, my fears have changed, and as such, my nightmares have not only decreased, but I feel reluctant to call them nightmares anymore. They're more just bad dreams. For instance, at least twice now I've had nights where I only dream about working a shift at my job. Needless to say, I don't get rest on those nights. What else? Oh, the dreams about past regrets, you can forget those. The one where for any reason you can't pay your debts. The dreams that plainly and simply cause you existential dread. The one where you realize you aren't dreaming and actually can't pay the debts you have. On a lighter note, lucid dreams. I feel like no matter your age, there's always an amount of fascination with lucid dreams. And how could you not? Normal dreams are like movies in the sense that you experience an order of events, but while you see things as yourself, you're not really in control of what you do, even if it feels like it were dreaming. So lucid dreams are like bending the rules, like the movie has turned into a... what's the word? A Netflix interactive movie. A David Cage...
Ethan!
experience, bad writing and all. Hey, you get the point. You're in control to an extent, and that's epic. So, I was in the beginning of my puberty when I started having lucid dreams relatively often, and so I thought, maybe I could use this opportunity to see my innermost desires come true. Sex. I meant sex. Those attempts didn't really work though, because I would always get too worked up from just making physical contact with a girl, and that would wake me up. Gotta love puberty. My lucid dream streak eventually ended, and a couple of years ago I started following a guy to have lucid dreams often, this time for pure purposes, I swear. It didn't work though, even after a month of trying, and counting the fingers in my hand every hour got really tiring, so I dropped it. Sadly, the most interesting lucid dream I ever had is me spawning a bottle of ketchup at will while in a supermarket. A security guard saw what I did and got mad, so he kicked me out of the store. He was just an asshole. So, there's an interesting phenomenon that I've experienced in a lot of dreams, and I've been wondering for a long time if anyone else has gone through the same. What happens is, I'm in a dream. A normal, ordinary dream. When suddenly it seems that the dream is gonna turn into a nightmare. Like, there's just signs that an awake person could look at and recognize as a typical horror scenario. But while in a dream, they don't know, so they have to go through the scary events. Here's the thing. I can tell when a nightmare is about to play out while in the dream. So when I sense danger, I just try to open my physical eyes to wake up, and it just works. What's weird about it though is that despite seemingly being aware that I'm dreaming, it doesn't feel like I've gone lucid. Usually when you gain that awareness, the environment around you looks more defined, and you start having more conscious thoughts. But that doesn't happen to me in that situation. Kinda weird, huh? And as the last element to check off my list for this talk, I just wanted to mention the very magical experience of waking up from a dream, going back to bed, and continuing the dream. It's just such a blessing when you're having a fantastic dream and you get to continue experiencing it, and maybe it's a possibility that makes it hurt more when you're not so lucky. Man, I never got to see Jennifer the magical chair again. Also, last year I played Persona 3 Fest for the first time, and a couple of weeks after finishing it, I had a night where inexplicably the only thing in my dreams was me just spending time with Aigis, and that's it. I would wake up to go to the toilet every hour, go back to bed, and I kid you not, it was still Aigis and me, just doing a different activity together. Needless to say, it was weird. Not bad, not good either, just how? I mean, I know the why. I love Aigis, favorite P3 character, but you have to believe me when I tell you that I don't like her that much. So, yeah, I talked about everything I wanted to. It got a bit disorganized towards the end, but if anyone asks, it was a voluntary stylistic choice that resembles the structure of a dream. Now, how about a conclusion? Nah,